Hello and welcome back to the Way to Native Chronicles. And what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little product review of the Voopeak cameras, trail cameras. Now, Voopeak has sent me these cameras to do a product review, but I'm under no pressure to give it a positive review, so I'm just going to give you the honest truth of what I think of these cameras and give you examples of what kind of images they can capture. And we'll just try to go through some of the steps of how they're set up, and so that even if you do buy one, which is not a bad idea, I'll tell you up front, you'll have an idea of how to get around with these things. The big thing with these cameras is to experiment a lot beforehand to make sure that you've got the thing set up right, and you don't wind up being disappointed when you come back to your camera and find there's nothing on there. Okay, so where to start? Start off with showing this camera here is a TC22. It's not one of the ones I'm reviewing right now, but it is actually quite a nice little camera. I'm not sure, it doesn't seem you can buy them anymore, I don't know, but one of the things I like about it, which seems piddly, is it's easy to snap apart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just turn the camera on and it'll start to boot up. So we'll get this guy here, and we're going to take, next we'll take this camera here. This is the TC22. This is the one that I'm actually reviewing, okay? And it looks quite a bit different. It has the two lenses on there and stuff. One thing I don't like is these latches. They catch all the time. It makes it difficult because, you know, when you're hanging a camera up in the tree and trying to start it and stuff like that, it can be very awkward. Actually kind of precarious, you know, you're up on a ladder or something like that. Here I'm turning this guy on, and you really don't want to be fiddling around with these latches. See how that latches? Okay, so I'm going to turn this guy on. And then there's this other TC22 I've got as well. You can see that's how she looks on the inside. Just go in here, turn it on. And this guy, see, as I'm trying to close it, now the things are in the way, so then I have to fiddle around and try to get it. And I get one in, and then sometimes the other one is blocking. So, but okay, so we got the thing together, latched at the back, and now we've got our three cameras. They're turned on. Now you can use the settings on the on-screen thing in the device to set the camera up, but I recommend you use the interface, the program that Voopeak gives for these cameras. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record the screen on the smartphone that has the application for controlling the Voopeak cameras. The one app controls all three of these, so you get an idea of how that is, and it's much clearer and simpler to see how the setup process goes with it. So let's see, let's find that Voopeak. It's called Wildlife Cam. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I got all three of these cameras turned on, and you can see here I have the three cameras registered on this app. It's very easy. You just turn the app on and it finds it and adds it. But one thing I'm going to tell you right away is it gives it all these default names for the cameras on this list, and then gives you an edit button, because the default doesn't tell you anything like what camera is which. So I would really like to take this top one and label it as TC08 so that I can know which one is which. But right now I always have to go by trial and error until I finally find the camera that's standing in front of me that I want to connect to. And that takes quite a while. So what you're supposed to be able to do is touch this, and then you can edit this description, but you can't edit it. So, oh shoot, now I tapped too many times, and it's going to connect to one of these cameras. Okay, let's see. It might be the middle one that it's connecting to. So, such as it goes. Let's see. So I'm going to wait for a while. It's going to use Wi-Fi to connect to the camera that I chose on this list, which might be the middle one because I was tapping around there. So let's see how this works. Of course, when you're filming a video, things never work. Even with Microsoft, their systems crash with Bill Gates standing in front of them. So we'll see what happens here. But this should work. It takes quite a while sometimes. And you can see what I mean by how important it is to have this app fixed so that it lets you edit the descriptions of the camera. Oh, this thing is taking, oh, no. So what did it say here? I better put some glasses on. I think it's telling me it can't connect for some reason. Auto connection failed, okay. Disconnected. Okay, let's just turn this thing off. Oh, now it has connected. So which one is it connected to? Let's see, is it this one? Or that one? Yeah, so it connected to the middle one. So you can see that here, eh? If I go to this here, that little gallery, then I can see what kind of movies, video I've recorded already, and I can go to photos here and see what kind of photos I've recorded already. So hope you don't mind this wind. It's really windy out here today, but I got a wind muff on this mic, so hopefully that takes care of that. But anyhow, so I can see what is on this camera here, and I wonder if the light is flashing. Yeah, the light is flashing on it. Right. On that middle camera, you can see, eh? So I'm going to show you what the setup looks like. You can hit that little gear there. Oh, and it's saying change mode failed, please close. Okay, so I guess I'm going to have to disconnect with the camera. Maybe we've got to give it another try, eh? Okay, I'm going to hook to the TC08 this time. This is all real time, eh? So it gives you an idea. Okay, I'm going to tap this top one. Let's see what happens. Now, as I'm demonstrating this connection and setup process, I'll maybe intersperse a few videos of what each camera looks like, because the image quality is very important. One of the reasons that I went with the Voopeak, oh, you can see, yeah, we got a connection here. One of the reasons I went with the Voopeak is they have 4K, and all my videos on my YouTube channel are 4K, so don't want to do anything less than that. And unfortunately, it's really disappointing. A lot of trail cameras, they don't do up to 4K. It's just like, where are you, back in the 2010s or what? So I was happy to find a camcorder that could do 4K, and it actually does pretty decent 4K, including sound recording. So here we have this camera up. I'm going to go and I'm going to hit the gear and show you the setup. So now we have the setup on this thing, and you can see all the various things here. Have cancel for that. You can set the interval. Some of the stuff, honestly, I'm not really sure what it is, but I got interval on for 10 seconds. I got photo. This TC08 for some reason isn't capturing pictures. It's only capturing videos, but I can set my interval seconds. I have it set to 30 seconds. I'm image size, I have the maximum, and sampling mode, resolution, record time. So we have all these things. I don't want to spend the whole video going into it, but you know, you can format your card and tell it how long it should stay on Wi-Fi, which is probably a good thing, because if it's accidentally left on your Wi-Fi, it might drain the batteries on the trail cam, I'm thinking. So I better not take too long on this guy, otherwise it might time out. But here you can set your resolution, 4K P30, that's 30 frames per second. What else can we do here? Loop recording, you can do that. Record audio, I have that turned on. Record time in on mode. So I've set it here to record for a full 3 minutes. Every time something triggers the camera, it's going to give me 33 minutes of video, which is, depending on your situation, you might want that longer or shorter, because if you're going to leave the camera out for long periods of time, you don't want to have little disturbances like leaves or rustling trees using up all the memory on your SD card. So let's get out of this guy here. Okay, I'll tap up here, and I'm going to exit out of this app. Okay, so now I've set up this camera, and it's not going to record while I'm in setup mode, but now that it's off, it should trigger with movement. Okay, so let's move on to the next one here. I'll fire up this application again. We'll show you how the two on the right are the TC22s, okay? So let's take the one on the right. That's that middle one. And let's see if I can connect to it again. This is the one where it failed at one point, and I'm not sure why. So let's see what happens this time. Connecting to the camera. Please wait. This one could take a while, and if it takes a long time, I'll spare you and trim that part out of the video. Oh, see a little flicker there? Oh, okay. So that's this middle camera here. Okay, so if we go, I want to just let you see the setup screen for the TC22, and you can see it's pretty much the same, although the image size at night is 8 mil, and I got a 60 megabyte image on this one. So the TC22 is going to give you a higher resolution photo, which is nice. Let's see, sampling mode. I have sampling mode. It gives one photo when it gets triggered, is what I'm thinking. And record time, I've set this one to record for 3 minutes as well. And it records audio, PIR sensitivity. I think that's how sensitive it is to being triggered. Eh? So high, medium, I have it on medium. So that's another thing. If you're in a place where there's a lot of brush movement and stuff and wind, you might want to set it to low so it doesn't get triggered all the time for nothing. And you can set start and end times too, which is actually pretty neat on both of the cameras, right? What else can we do? Wi-Fi can turn off automatically after 2 minutes. You can format your card, all that kind of stuff. Tells you how much free space you have, which is good too. Okay, so there's that one. And if I get out of this, well, actually you can see again, I can see there's a photo. I suppose I can just go like this and take a photo, right? And there, take pic succeeded. I can click this and I can say, okay, let's record this video. So even though I'm in setup mode, I can still record video. I got a little Canada J right behind me. He looks like he wants to jump on my cameras. They're so brave here. Okay, well, he's avoided me, so that's good. So, I better stop that recording. So, anyways, and then you can go to your gallery and see all that stuff, right? Now, the neat thing about this system is that being Wi-Fi, I can set it onto a tree high up, and when I come to inspect it, it doesn't do any connection through the internet for there's no data plans and stuff like that associated with these cameras. So it doesn't send you pictures so you can monitor from afar and stuff. But, I mean, so if you want that, this is probably not for you, but I don't want that. And I don't want to buy data plans I'm paying every month for and stuff. But What I can do with this is I can leave it out here on the trap line, and when I come back, I could just come up to the camera, I think within about 30 yards, and I can connect with Wi-Fi to it, and then I can scroll through the albums and see what I have on there. Or, you know, if that's pretty slow going through Wi-Fi to view videos especially, but I can go through the photos quickly too, see if there's anything interesting on there. If there is, then I will just go up there and take the camera down and pull the SD card out, because it takes way too long to download video and stuff off through Wi-Fi onto your phone. Okay, so just a heads up. But it is good that the thing can let you view what's on the camera from afar instead of climbing up and handling the camera. Because quite often, once you got the camera set up, you don't want to be disturbing it, right? What else can we say about these things? They do have solar charging, and they do seem to last. Oh, there goes a raven overhead. They last for a long time, so I really like that feature of them. I think the TC08 has batteries you can install as backups, so that can buttress your solar power. If the solar battery is going down, maybe it's periods of darkness or whatever, then the internal AA batteries, I think there's 4 of them, will take over from there. So it's a little bit more robust in that way. But really, I haven't had any problem either way with these cameras for running out of batteries. The TC08, actually, I thought it was wrecked there for a while, because I dropped it out of a tree from quite high up onto the ground. And afterwards, seemed like it wasn't working anymore, but I think the settings were just changed on it. And so if you're having problems with your camera, you really got to look at those settings in the camera and tinker around with them a little bit. So here we're going to look at this. If I go back, bring up this application again, you can see I can pick up my third camera. That's the one on the far right. Just want to show you that, you know, it is possible to cycle through these things, and it takes a little while to connect, but as long as it works, that's the main thing, right? I sure wish that you could edit these list items. You hear me, Voopeak? This has been a bug for quite a while, unless you've fixed it already and I don't know of the patch available. So yeah, here now we're on to this camera here, the far right one, and if I go into its settings, you can see that's how this one is set up. Resolution at night, 4K P30. Seems to work good though. So let's exit out of this thing here, and I guess I should wrap up, hey? You know, if you have some questions about the camera, put them in the, whoops, I'm bumping around my microphone, so that's not very good. If you have any questions about the camera, just put them in the comments of this video. I do appreciate how Voopeak has been treating me. I've been a little tardy in getting this video made for them. I've done one before, but this is a new model they wanted me to test. So, you know, generally the company seems pretty good. I think for some reason, I think that TC08 used to be called Cam Park, made by Cam Park, and I think somebody took them over, or they just changed their company name to Voopeak. But whatever the case is there, you might have heard of these being referred to as Cam Park cameras. Not super terribly expensive. Again, I wish they would make a simpler little side latch for them again and fix that little bug in the software. That's pretty much all I got to say about that. So from the Way to Native Chronicles, I want to wish you God bless, and catch you next time. See ya. Did you like this video? If you did, I think you're gonna like this one right over here. So check it out. And I appreciate your subscribing if you haven't done so already. Remember to do that while you're watching this next video. click like. It all helps us out for this channel. Catch you next time.